All right, Beer Night followers, we're back with episode 14, and this is the sports segment that nobody watches. That's fine, because we still love talking sports. That's what men do. We talk sports.
And drink beer.
And drink beer.
Whilst talking sports.
That's why it's called Beer Night.
Yeah.
Drink beer, talk sports. What kind of sports are we talking about tonight? We are talking NFL. The kings of sports.
And
right
we're
now.
knee deep into the NFL
Oh,
season,
yeah,
right?
knee
We're
deep.
coming up. Week 14
Coming up
is
on
tomorrow,
that,
right?
Yeah.
So, lots of good stuff going on. We're coming up to the playoff push.
Yes.
So, there's lots of stuff going on. Anything going on this season that has been kind of surprising to you so far?
I think the New England Patriots are a little bit surprising.
Okay, that's a big one.
Because with a rookie quarterback
it's a big one
in there, right? I expected them to do decently, not this great. They're on that run. They're what, 5-6 game winning streak, right?
I think 6 now.
6
Since
now,
they beat the Bills, I think it's 6 games.
Yeah, and so they're on a roll right now.
I got 2 words for you.
Yeah.
Not suck it. I got 2 words for you. Bill Belichick.
Oh my god.
And so I am not a Belichick honk. Like I'm not like subscribing to he's the greatest coach of all time and all that kind of shit. He's always kind of annoyed me. However, what he does is undeniable. And so the beginning of every Patriots season, every single year, except maybe last year. Their first few games is preseason to them, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So they always start rounding into form come November, December, and they're like the sleeping giant. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. So my cousin, who I just went to Vegas with, he's a big Bills fan, right? And we're going to be there for the Monday night game, Bills, Patriots, division games for the lead in the division.
Oh, yeah.
Huge game. Statement game, right? And he's like, oh, we're going to kill the Patriots. You tell him the whole time, I was like, you better fucking watch out for the Patriots, man. They are where they want to be. The Bills aren't.
No.
The Bills are not where they want to be.
They're struggling right now, big time.
Especially after that loss. But even before that, they were not where they wanted to be. They had lost more games than they had anticipated, right? They were kind of hit and miss after having a hot start. They weren't quite where they wanted to be yet. That's the difference. The Patriots were exactly where they wanted to be. They're like, we're us, we're good.
We're figuring it out beginning of
the
the season.
Bills are still kind of like, what are we doing?
Right there,
and that's the problem. Is the Bills are still trying to figure out their running game. They're still trying to.
Do they have a running game?
They're trying to figure out their non-existent running game.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the Patriots are sneaky and dangerous. They're not sneaky anymore.
No.
But they're dangerous.
They're very dangerous.
Because of that
Especially
coach,
the
man.
push going
Dude,
in,
come on.
Yeah.
They completed 2 passes.
Well,
2.
You can blame the wind on that one.
2. I'm sorry. Who can you blame for giving up all those fucking runs? What did they average, like 6 yards per carry?
Pretty much, yeah.
The Bills knew they were going to run it every
Didn't stop them.
fucking down.
Line,
there was
nothing
nothing they could do.
No.
It was embarrassing. You want to know why it was embarrassing? Because I had fucking money on the game. And
you lost
by the second half of the third quarter into the fourth quarter, me and my buddy who also had money in the game, we're just looking at the fucking Bills going like, we all know what they're doing. They're not going to pass it. They're going to run it down your throat. Can you please stop them? How about
8-10 guys in the box?
Put 11. Everybody. They ain't throwing the ball. Put everybody in the box. Fuck it. Let's try to sneak a 12th man in there. Who gives a shit? It's better than what you're doing. The 5-yard penalty would be less than you're giving up on what the run is anyway. Seriously. Like, what the fuck? Stop them. A tackle for a loss would be great right about now. How about that? What a concept. 1 tackle for a loss. Can we do that? No, apparently not.
No, not at all. This is run straight through.
Terrible.
Terrible. But
it's terrible.
The AFC, any other surprises? I mean, right now Baltimore is kind of struggling. You got Cincinnati kind of.
Hate to keep harping on the Bills, but the Bills kind of falling a little bit is a surprise.
Yeah,
kind of like how the Chiefs falling early in the season was a surprise, but the Chiefs are riding into form now. But the Titans kind of hit a snag there after they were a surprise. They kind of hit a snag.
No, Titans were supposed to be there. We were supposed to be up there. Right?
When nobody saw them as the best team in the AFC, and they were that for a couple of weeks.
I mean, they should be right behind Kansas City, right? Between the best team. Who else would be the best? Baltimore then?
Yeah, I would say Baltimore over Tennessee. But Tennessee's you're not wrong. But also Derrick Henry got hurt though. So he got hurt. But they were still doing well after he got hurt. Yeah, that's the thing. But now they've kind of tapered off a little bit, so they're not as much of a surprise as they were. The Chargers started off great, but then they went to sleep. They took a nap.
Their Chargers are kind of up and down. They'll have a good week, then they'll have a shitty week, then they'll have a good week, shitty week.
Same thing with the Bengals. The Bengals showed some promise, but then they got smoked by the Chargers.
Like Bengals, come on, my Browns. Ugh. I don't know if they beat Baltimore this weekend. Let's go. I mean, that division will be up for take.
I still think the Blue Bloods might be where it's at here. Yeah. Because you might be looking at the Chiefs rounding into form, especially their defense finally getting their head out of their ass. Because that offense is going to come. That Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce offense is going to come. You don't want to see them in the playoffs. You don't, especially if that defense is playing the way they've been playing the past few weeks. You don't want to see that team in the playoffs. I would argue you don't want to see the Patriots in the playoffs either because of Bill Belichick. So we're back to the Blue Bloods, right? The same old AFC teams. However, the fact that you have Mac Jones there is still a little... They're protecting him, right? Yeah. They're keeping him safe. He's doing a good job not turning the ball over, and he's making throws he needs to make, but they're keeping the offense... They're keeping him protected a little bit. They ain't going to be able to run the ball 42 times and pass it 3 in the postseason. Yeah. That's not going to happen. No. Even if they play the Bills again.
That game was fluky.
Even if they play the Bills again, I hope to God the Bills learn from their fucking mistake. Otherwise, good golly. The Bills are going to make the playoffs. The Bills are going to be dangerous. The Bills are going to be a sneaky team that you don't want to see in the postseason. Yeah. Even though they can't run the ball, they still got Josh Allen who can run for 100 yards and throw for 300. And they still have a pretty good defense. Yeah. So... Other than that, like who the Chargers, I guess, maybe are a little sneaky.
I mean, Denver,
stop it. No.
Denver maybe?
No.
Sneaking in
I'm
there?
a Bronco fan. No.
Vegas Raiders?
No, stop it.
Sneaking in there? No.
Washington football team beat them.
Well, we'll go to the NFC then. NFC. We got the Cowboys.
Oh, wait a minute.
Cowboys go to the Super Bowl.
Hold on. Before you get to your Cowboys love, we forgot a very important sneaky team in the AFC.
Who's sneaking in the AFC?
Colts.
Oh,
Colts, man. Jonathan fucking Taylor, was on MVP
Run
track.
The ball! Run the ball! That's all you gotta do.
And Carson Wentz is actually playing pretty well. He's having a really, really good season. Mm-hmm. That defense is legit.
I think it's because
the offensive line is legit. Yeah. That team is winning games. They're beating good teams. Mm-hmm. They're beating bad teams like they're supposed to.
They had a slow start, right? You got to figure it out at the beginning.
They're not only beating good.
Coming into their own.
They're not only beating good teams. They're also handling business against bad teams, which is what you should do. You shouldn't be playing down to your competition, right? You should be handling the bad teams. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like the Cardinals in the NFC.
Oh yeah. The Rams have fucking fallen. They for some reason they just can't pull it together. They were smoking hot beginning, middle of the season.
I'll tell you what.
They were smoking hot.
I do not want to see that team in the postseason.
No?
You can say that all you want. When you got Stafford back there with those weapons and that defense in the postseason, dangerous. Dangerous. They don't need to win 15 games. It don't matter. They're still going to be dangerous.
There's always that question mark on Stafford, right? He's literally been in like 1 or 2 playoff games. 2. And that's it. So you don't know what you're getting with this guy in the playoffs.
I'm sorry. He was on the Lions.
I know.
So tell me something.
So
How many wins do the Lions have this year without him?
Well, no, they got one.
And they just got it this past weekend.
Congratulations, Lions.
They just got it by the hair of their fucking chin and by the Vikings. The Vikings. Fucking idiots.
Fucking Vikings.
Shit.
The Vikings are like fucking. They're there. They're here. They're there. Like, come on.
Jared Goff tried to give that game to the Vikings twice.
Big time.
He tried. He really tried to hand them the game. Yeah. He got a come from behind victory. He got a game-winning drive. Only because the Vikings couldn't capitalize on the 2 turnovers that preceded that. Only because the Vikings choked.
Come on now.
Otherwise, and I don't have a problem with Goff.
No.
I thought he was pretty good in the Rams. He is no Matthew Stafford, my friend. No. When you see I don't give a fuck how many games the Rams have lost this year that they shouldn't have. When you see them play, you're like, okay, they got a real quarterback now. This guy is the real deal. And when you see the Lions play without Stafford, where they can't win a fucking game, even though they play hard, they try. They're not tanking. No, they're trying to win every game. They can't because they don't have their best player anymore. Period. The fact that Stafford could get that team to 5, 6, 7, 8 wins every year is a huge accomplishment. Much less getting into the playoffs twice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, that team is garbage. Absolute hot fucking garbage. They have been for decades. Decades.
Why are we talking about it?
I don't know, because you talked about Matthew Stafford in the playoffs.
Oh, I did.
I don't want to see the Rams in the playoffs, man. No. I'm telling you right now. If I'm any opponent, I do not want to see a Sean McVay team with Stafford at quarterback, with Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey on defense. I do not want to see them in the playoffs. The Cowboys don't want to see them in the playoffs. The Bucks do not want to see them in the playoffs because they can win a game. It's one and done.
Yeah, it's one and done,
right? They can win a game against anybody. Yeah. The Packers do not want to see them in the playoffs. I'm telling you right now.
Packers defense is still iffy. Offense is pretty good.
Defense has been playing good though.
Yeah.
The Packers defense has actually been really good this year.
Yeah.
It has.
Well, since our next videos probably won't be till February, we'll be
after the fucking Super Bowl. After all the playoffs.
After all the playoffs.
After the Super Bowl.
Right?
No, I don't want to do Super Bowl picks.
No, we won't do Super Bowl picks. I want to do what team. 2 teams are in the AFC Championship game. What 2 teams are in the NFC Championship game? Give me those 2 teams, and then we'll call it.
Okay, I'm going to take Chiefs in the AFC.
Chiefs, AFC.
Against
who are they playing against?
I feel like it's the Ravens.
Ravens, huh? Chiefs
and
Ravens?
I feel like it's the Ravens.
Yeah.
I just have this faith in John Harbaugh. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I know what it is. He's a great coach.
He's a great coach.
So is Belichick, but
Baltimore's had a string of injuries, and then
you're not wrong.
They've been struggling on offense these past couple weeks.
It's fine. It's not the playoffs.
But Lamar Jackson, dude, I hate Lamar Jackson so freaking much because
you're a Browns fan.
Because he's so freaking good. He's so hard to stop.
Yeah,
he's so hard to sack. It's ridiculous. You have to definitely have to try to attack him. And when he runs, you hope he throws it because sometimes he's not very accurate. But that guy he can get fucking first downs after first downs just on his legs alone.
Your best.
He is ridiculously freaking hard to just cover, tackle.
I think they got the monkey off their back in the playoffs last season. I think they are super dangerous because of Lamar, because he can gash you in one game. I feel like if we're looking at them and say the Patriots, right? I just feel like Lamar is such a dynamic player. I have more faith in them than I do the Patriots with Mac Jones. I mean, I just do.
It's true because the Patriots with Mac Jones, it'll be his first year in the playoffs, right? So you never know what kind of nerves he'll have, kind of struggles he might have. He's a rookie. He can definitely make rookie mistakes in his first.
They're protecting him in that offense, though. They really are. They're protecting him big time. They're not letting him get into situations where he makes a lot of mistakes. He's doing a good job of protecting the ball. He's not throwing a lot of interceptions. But there's just that next level that Lamar Jackson brings that I don't think the Patriots can quite match. Now, Belichick might be able to scheme something together where it's another 14-10 game like it was against the Bills. Maybe. But honestly, I I still have a little sneaky bit of faith in the Bills.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Sneaky.
Just a little bit.
I mean,
I feel like if
they're healthy, it's just they got to get their offense.
I feel like if they meet the Patriots in the divisional round, I feel like it's going to be a different story.
50-mile-an-hour wind.
I feel like it's going to be a different story. I feel like they are going to overcome that monster that is Bill Belichick, and they're going to beat him in the divisional round, and then probably lose to Baltimore or the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lot of faith in that. I still feel like Buffalo, excuse me, I almost said Baltimore again. I still feel like Buffalo can make the AFC Championship as well. So I'm not really the only team that I will put faith in, because I feel like they are still rounding into form and aren't quite fully there yet. And when they are fully there, they're going to be really, really big trouble for everybody. Is the Chiefs. I just feel like once they get back to where they were. And a lot of people think they're not going to, but I think once they do, they're going to be very hard to beat. Other than that, my second team would. I mean, I guess I'll lean Baltimore because I like John Harbaugh, but Sean McDermott's a good coach too. I think Buffalo has a really good shot at getting there. I'm selling the Patriots short, but fuck them.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick. I'll go ahead and do Kansas City. In Indianapolis in the AFC Championship.
Okay, I was just about to say we're selling the Colts short again, but you're not.
I'm not. Because I think they are definitely hitting on their stride. Their defense has definitely stepped up a lot too as well.
They're the real deal.
Their running game too, because in the playoffs you got to have a good running game. You got to do clock management for sure.
Especially against the Chiefs.
Yeah, especially against the Chiefs. But I think those two teams
and Buffalo for that matter.
Buffalo. Yeah. I definitely could see Kansas City getting kicked out of the divisional round. It is possible, depending on the seeds. I don't know who's playing who yet. We still haven't figured that out yet, but it is possible KC could end up getting bumped out. Could be by the Colts.
Honestly, I think
divisional round.
I think any of the teams we're talking about all could go in the divisional round.
This is definitely
the AFC playoffs this year are going to be wacky,
wide open, as fuck. And just like I don't know.
Who knows what's going to happen? The Colts. So the Colts are very interesting because they are the real deal. They are the real deal. They've beaten some really good teams. Like I said, they haven't played down to the competition. They for the most part, they've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat. Handily. However, I don't know if I trust Carson Wentz, man.
Not yet. Not there yet.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it first.
You gotta see it.
So he's
hopefully we see it this year.
He had an MVP caliber season once in Philly. He had another season where he played really well and got to the playoffs, but both times Nick Foles took over in the postseason. Nick Foles took over and played his ass off. Both times in the postseason. Even the second time when they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, he still played his ass off in the playoffs. Oh yeah. And I haven't seen him from Carson Wentz yet. And even this year, even though the Colts are really good, he's made some plays and even though he's got really good numbers, he's made some plays where it's like, whoa, what are you doing, bro? So I'm still not quite sure yet.
I got you.
Still not quite sure. He doesn't have quite the track record as Mahomes or Lamar or even Josh Allen for that matter.
All right. Well, now we'll jump into the NFC. We don't even need we already know who's going to the Super Bowl. Cowboys going to the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott. He's slinging it, flinging it. Cowboys, baby. They're going to the Super Bowl.
You mean America's team?
America's team. They're actually winning the Super Bowl. All right. There you go. Game over. Done.
You know what we need to do? We need to try to get you to audition for a spot next to Skip Bayless.
Oh yeah.
That's what we need to do.
No, you know where my spot would be?
The Cowboy Shills of the world unite.
You know where my spot would be if I'm on that show?
With your head planted firmly up his ass? That's where.
That's where I would be at with Skip Bayless. Well, that's where Skip Bayless is in the meetings with Jerry Jones. That's where he is.
He's definitely blowing him, that's for sure.
Definitely.
How you doing, Skip? If only you watched
I need that money. Come on. Give me some of your $30 million.
So the Cowboys you're picking. You're picking the Cowboys, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm fucking with you guys because you fucking cowboy lovers, motherfuckers. NFC? No. The two teams in the NFC, I think I'm going to go with Green Bay and the Cardinals. I think those two teams will be in the AFC Championship game.
NFC.
Did I say AFC?
You did.
NFC Championship game. Yeah, I got
N
those.
is in Nancy.
Nancy Drew. Not that show. Yeah, that's what I got. What do you got?
I feel like it's the Cardinals' year. I do. I feel like it's the Cardinals' year.
Yeah.
I feel like Kyler is playing out of his mind. As long as he stays healthy,
Definitely
he's playing out of his mind.
Even when he was out these last 2-3 games, I mean they've been racking up wins. Still,
yeah, they still win. They still win. So I feel like it's the Cardinals' year, and is it just me or is Green Bay kind of flying underneath the radar, even though they're Green Bay?
Well,
they're Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers and all the drama, but they're still kind of like.
I think they flew under the radar because when Rodgers got COVID, right, he was out. I mean, there's still in the news, but
exactly. There's so much drama around that team, but as a winning team, they're still kind of falling underneath the radar.
No one's putting on a top pedestal. They're putting Dallas up there instead of Green Bay.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What about this little team in the South called Tampa Bay? They're only defending champs, and they only keep winning.
Division, they keep winning.
Yeah, I mean, are we gonna just completely ignore them? I don't know, man. And what about? What about the round robin? I know we talked about the Cardinals, but what about the round robin going on in the West with the Rams and the Niners and the Cardinals?
We told you at the beginning of the season this division.
And by the way, the Niners are coming, man.
They're coming.
The Niners are coming.
They'll be in the playoffs for sure. I just don't think they're gonna make. Niners or the other teams are going to make the championship.
The Cardinals seem like the most reliable, but as we just discussed a little while ago, I would not want to see the Rams. No, any team, I would not want to see the Rams because you got Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey on defense, and then on the offense you've got Stafford, you've got Sean McVay calling the plays. You've got I wouldn't want to see that team. I wouldn't want to. No. They can beat anybody. They can literally beat anybody.
Two teams. You got two teams. You got two teams.
Bullshit. By the way, just a side note, what kind of bullshit that like Tom Brady's a leading candidate for MVP?
Jesus Christ, dude! Why?
What the fuck?
Why is he playing so good?
But he's playing well. He is, but. Yeah. There's just no good MVP candidates this year. Everybody has kind of fallen off.
Yeah, that's true.
Even Jonathan Taylor has kind of fallen off because he went out.
Yeah.
So it's like
you had Aaron Rodgers a little bit.
But he went out.
He went out, and he kind of lost the spot there.
I mean, I guess Jonathan Taylor is the real challenge to him at this point. But
MVP,
it's almost like he's gonna win it by default because he's a quarterback and he's playing well and he hasn't gotten hurt. It's like or hasn't got COVID either. Yeah. It's kind of like
I mean, this.
But all they're going to talk about is like Tom Brady's the MVP at age 44 or whatever. It's only because everybody else is having a shitty year.
Cap on his best ever.
I know, and it's not. He's not having an MVP season. Like his actual MVP seasons were way better than this. But anyway, I digress. NFC Championship. I'm taking the Washington football team. No, I'm not. No. I wish. I will consider taking them as division winners over the Cowboys, though. Yeah. I will consider that. All right. NFC Championship's a little much, but
Taylor Heineke.
Taylor
Heineke. It was hard to
get it done, Taylor.
Yeah.
Fitzmagic's gone, and honestly, you might be better off because Heineke turns the ball over a lot less than Fitzmagic does.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so
come on, give me two teams.
Come back.
Two teams.
Bring it back home.
Come on. I spitfired mine.
Do I want to sell the Bucks short? That's what this really comes down to.
Okay, cancel out the Bucks. Who's the other team first?
Oh, you want to cancel out the Bucks?
Oh no. Like, if you want to put the Bucks, if you're thinking about putting the Bucks in, that's fine. What's the other?
No, I'm thinking about not putting them in. That's what I'm asking. Is that a problem? So am I selling them short?
I think I am. I didn't put them in.
I think I might be selling them a little short. But I will go with the Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams.
All right.
Division rivals in the NFC Championship game, baby. It's going to be a big one.
That'll be a big one.
It's going to be a big one. I think the Cardinals take out the Bucks.
Yeah.
Well, I have to look at the seeding, honestly.
Yeah, the seeding's going to be a little...
yeah, I have to look at the seeding. But if fantasy, let's just say, like, this is kind of the way I see it happening without looking at the seeding, which is just pure, like, hey, this would be cool if the Cardinals take out the Bucks, the Rams take out the Packers.
Where are the Cowboys fitting in this?
Who?
The Cowboys!
Oh. The wild card round. They're out in the wild card round. The Rams take them out in the wild card round. That's what I see.
Fair enough. Well...
You know what? Honestly, though, oh, God. So... Who are the wild card? See, they're going to be a divisional winner unless if Washington can take the division, that fucking throws a monkey wrench into everything. But they're going to be a division winner, so they're going to face a wild card team. So who are we looking at for wild card teams? So we're looking at the Rams. The Rams, I think, can take them out.
Yeah, the Rams take them out.
The Niners.
Niners too.
That's a tasty matchup. Niners Cowboys is tasty.
Yeah.
Tasty. Who else we got for?
Nobody
in the North. The Vikings aren't doing it. I don't think the Vikings are going to. And if the Vikings do it, they're going to dump to the Cowboys. The South.
No. It's
Saints.
No.
Saints is all you got.
Carolina.
No, Saints is all you got. So really, what's just crazy is you get 3 wild card teams this year.
Out of the fucking NFC West.
So it could be.
All of them NFC West.
Well, who's the 4th team? Who am I blanking on here?
Seattle.
Well, no, Seattle's
Seattle's 4 and 8.
Yeah. So you got the Niners and the Rams. Right? And then
it'll be either Minnesota or New Orleans.
Or the Washington football team. Or the Cowboys. If the Washington football team can take that division, the Cowboys are the wild card. And they're going to go on the road to probably the Packers or the Bucks. Yeah. And both those teams will beat them.
All right.
No, who's the fucking third one? But if the here's where it gets weird. If the Cowboys
Rams,
if the Cowboys win that division, who's the third wild card?
It would be Washington because the other divisions
over
are
the Saints.
Crap. Saints are low. They're like 5-6, 5-7.
I guess the football team has won some games. What are they, 6-6? Or no, 6-7? 6-7.
So Saints are 5-7. Who are you asking for?
The football team.
Oh, Washington 6-6.
Yeah, 6. That's what I said.
So
I said 6-6.
It would be Washington right now, man.
What happened to the NFC? Why is it like the third wildcard team is going to be a piece of shit?
I don't know.
Interesting. You know why? It's because Minnesota has totally screwed the pooch, man. Minnesota should be right in there.
Yeah.
They have the offense. They've got a pretty good defense. They should be right in there, and they still are. They're still in the running.
They've been losing close games, winning close games. It's just they can't.
You know what though? That has the smell. Has the smell of a team that if they get in the wild card round, they could knock somebody out. They're going to lose in the divisional round. There's no doubt about it. But the wild card round, they could knock somebody out. They could knock the Cowboys out in the wild card round.
Good. It's possible.
Yeah. I'll take the Cardinals and the Rams for my NFC Championship.
All right, there you go. There you have it. This is our sports segment of Beer Night, episode 14. All NFL, right? We are full scale running fucking straight through the NFL season.
You don't want to talk about the NBA?
NBA
Pre-Christmas?
Pre-Christmas NBA. Lakers look fucking old as fuck.
The Warriors look great without Clay. Without Clay. Clay's coming. Quite possibly the best defensive player in the league is coming.
The Suns too look amazing as well.
Suns crazy.
Suns crazy. Yeah. Fucking Golden State looks.
But the NBA pre-Christmas means nothing.
Pre-Christmas.
How about hockey? Is there hockey going on? Do they play hockey this time of year? It is winter, right? It's December. They play.
No one
they're on the
cares
ice.
about hockey until playoffs. It's NFL season. No.
Baseball hot stove. We got some hot stove action going.
We got a strike. MLB strikes happening.
Okay. Time to end the video.
Yeah.
That's that.
We strike
See
it,
you guys in the next segment.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.